Okay, so we're going to continue our adventure of Butler Bay Road area right here during the daytime. And our adventure continues on the other side of the bridge over there. That's going to require us to tread through this little stream right here of brackish water. That's the only way to get to the other side, to explore that area. We've already explored this area back in here and along the water there in the woods. Now it's time to explore that side of Butler Bay Road. So let's make our way down here. It's quiet down here, very quiet. A little bit of breeze. The stream looks like it's drying up. Hadn't had a whole lot of rain lately. As you can see where the water normally is, it's up here normally, but right now it's down here. All right, let's go ahead and track through this water here. Cold. Not too bad. This little sandbar over here is beautiful. I mean, it's bleached out, the sand is. The sandbar stretches a good little ways. It wasn't always like that. You can see on my little map here, I got us pinged on the sandbar. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to ping my location on the GPS map so you guys know exactly where I'm at during this little exploration. I'm going to walk over here to the water's edge so you guys get a look at that. There's a rubber tire on the beach. It's very shallow out here. You can walk a long way. There's one palm tree over here in the rocks. Always gets my attention. It's so pretty. So it's a nice little site. Water's got a lot of algae in it. There's some rocks in the water. And those aren't natural rocks. Those are rocks put there by man and storms. There's a look at the seawall. It's been dilapidated over time. You can see all the little vegetation and stuff growing in the rocks over the years. I don't know how it looks on camera, but Looks real nice in person for sure. Very calm out here. We got a heron flying off. He had a few things to say. I could really stay out here for a long time and just keep recording, but we gotta get going. We got some things we need to see. A lot of seashells have gathered on the ground here. There's another look at that tree. All these little palmetto bushes sticking up along this road. We're gonna go up here to this road. I can not get hurt here. All right, we made it to the other side of the bridge. Look at this view. This area right here, this little peninsula here, sandbar, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be the location for my 2026 summer fireworks show coming up in July. Looking forward to that. I have friends and family for that. I'm gonna go ahead and ping my location again. All right, we're gonna be heading down the road here in a little bit, but there's something I want to show you first. There's a little, pulling up the map so you can see what I'm talking about. There's a little sandy area north of this swamp. On the other side of these trees here, there's a sandy area over there. But the only way to get to it is down here along the edge of the marsh. I've tried to get to it by a different way, but there's too much brush. And I'll show you that later on. But we're gonna access that sandy area by going down here. Good thing it's wintertime and not summertime, else there'll be snakes out here. I was trying real hard to get to the sandy area, and I couldn't figure out how to get over there until I found this little trail. It's kind of slippery, so I gotta be careful. There we go, I made it. Here's a view from across the stream. This water here is all provided by rain and runoff. I don't think there's any kind of spring that's creating this flow of water. But this is a nice little area right here, kind of shady. You can see the bridge. This water is only a couple of feet deep in certain areas. Probably about a foot deep in most areas. We're gonna track across this grass here. We'll come across some litter here and there. People are throwing stuff down. Beer bottles. There's a Tupperware container. Hopefully no alligators in here. So there's another bottle over there of some sort. And there's the swamp on the map. I'll pull up the map so you can see the road and the swamp behind it. So, I'm going to continue on. There is a shoe down here. You can see it or not, but there's a shoe down here. Somebody lost their shoe. We're continuing on. It's really a nice place out here. Kind of a nice escape from people. This little slough goes quite a bit of ways back there and kind of spirals around, as you can see on the map that I'm showing you right now. We're gonna make our way up here. This is the area I wanted to show you. And this area here has a lot of prickly pears on the ground, so you gotta be careful where you step. Here's another beer bottle. You see cars driving on the highway 98 from here. Looks like I found a snake hole. Don't want to get bit by a snake out here, I'll be in trouble. There's a prickly pear right here. There's much more than that where we're going. It's just a small one. This little trail here, there's that little area on the map I was telling you about, that little clearing. And here's that area I was talking about, right above the marsh. This area has a bunch of sand pines, palmettos, pine trees. I'm gonna go ahead and ping this area so you know where I'm at on the map. See the prickly pears everywhere? These are red. On the map, this looks like a nice place to tent up and camp for the night. But upon discovering it, it's not a real good place to camp because all these prickly pears are everywhere. You wouldn't want to lay down on them things or step on them or anything. They're everywhere out here. I'm having to watch where I step. But it's a nice clearing. So beautiful out here, peaceful. There's a big prickly pear there. If you walk over here, you're going to see where that slough kind of spirals together. Here's the marsh. I'm trying to get you high if you can see it. If I had some like some hard sole rubber boots, I could walk through that marsh and take a look at that water over there. If not, you have to have a paddleboard. And I don't know if paddleboards, I don't know if that water's deep enough for a paddleboard. At least not right now, it's not. Maybe if it rains, it would be. This little clump of trees here on the other side of all this stuff is more of the Butler Bay Road area behind Butler's restaurant where it used to be. Unfortunately, you have to have some good tools to get through that stuff. This stuff's thick and there's a lot of briars in there. I've tried getting through it from the other side. It's just not possible. See how thick that stuff is? Here's a look from this side across that sandy area, little clearing. I'm sorry if this video is boring to you guys if you're watching, but where I'm at, it's a very nice place. And my fear is one day this will all be gone. One day there'll be a condominium or beach houses sitting all along this property. So I'm trying to record it and take as many pictures as I can. Before the developers get a hold of it, and they have everything else. Here's a ground level view of the vegetation here. All right, I'm gonna cut the camera off for a minute and make my way back to the road, and I'll hit you back up. All right, guys, I'm back here on the road, and we're gonna make our way down the road here, do some sightseeing. All along the road here, we got these stones. These stones in the grass. What happened is Hurricane Michael came through here and blew all this rocks across the road, and the water receded. This is where they left them, and they're just everywhere. As far as you can see, they're on this side of the road left where the water dropped them. I'm sure if you look really hard, you could probably find some pretty cool stuff, maybe, if you dug around a little bit. But this place during the daytime is much different than nighttime. I can tell you that. During the daytime it feels free and clean and nice. At nighttime it has a whole different feeling, a whole different vibe. See, the rocks are just everywhere. Look at this big one here. Right here in the middle of the road. And you got the seawall over here. There's more rocks in there. Pine trees growing. Back in the day, many people used to travel up and down this road to go to that restaurant. Butler Seafood Restaurant and Lounge. And they had some good food. During that time, it was really the only restaurant we had in Port St. Joe. Again, the swamp runs along the road here behind these trees. I'm gonna get a ping here, that way you know exactly where I'm at. And the more you get to the end of the road, the more the rocks, they start to really accumulate down here at the end. We got pine trees and cedar trees, oak trees, all kinds of different trees. All these little scrub oaks, sand pines. Oh. The Hurricane Michael came through here and brought a lot of sand. If you look at the 2018 photo of this area, there's a lot of sand and it's all brown and everything. But over time, vegetation started taking back over and you see a lot less sand on the video image of a current picture. But that 2018 photo is rough. Place took a beating. These rocks here have all kind of shells on them from where they've been in the water so long. We got red bricks. Got a pile of rubble over here to my left. Over here by this palm tree, you got a fire extinguisher. That's for the restaurant. And this is where the rocks start accumulating. And we're going to explore all that area back in there behind the trees. Sure is pretty out here though. Here's a look behind me. The direction from which we came. And this is the open area right here. This is part of the original parking lot. I'm gonna get another ping so you know where I'm at. Alright, so I'm right here at the end of the rocks, and right from the water at the end of the rocks here on the road where the parking lot used to be. And right over there in that direction behind the trees was where the restaurant was. We'll explore that area too here in just a minute. And straight ahead of me was also part of the restaurant, but mainly all this here was the parking lot.